Hi everyone, it's Sally, and I just finished this nature journal. It's one of those three big books I had set aside, and this one I worked on for quite a while. Uh, it has a charm on the front, and the charm has a fish here, a carved fish, a squirrel, a little owl, a flower, a turtle, little porcelain bird, a shell, and a dragonfly. And this is very easy to remove. It's just a clasp like for a necklace. So trying not to move the book because I've got it right in the right position. So it has a little clasp there, just a regular lobster claw. And a little, it's like a hitching post, but it has like a ring on it. So it's kind of a cool one. This cover is, it's about 8 3/4 by 6 1/4. Like I said, it's larger, and it had a 2-inch spine already, so I did not have to add anything to that. Just stitched right into the spine. And it has 5 signatures. And it is very full. Actually, when I was filling it up, I purposely left, took some pages out or didn't use as many, so there would be plenty of room to add extra stuff, and I did add a lot of extra stuff. So let's take a look on the inside. Let me just making sure I am centered. Yeah. So this is some of the fabric I got from the upholstery sample book. I really like this. It's kind of like silk material. And it has a finish so that if you look at it from one direction, it kind of looks blue. Other direction looks kind of green. Anyway, I thought it looked nice with the cover. And I kind of liked how this first page of the first signature sort of continues on the design. And so it has a nature theme. And lots of embellishments. It's a neat old book. I don't know if you can tell, this is a hay wagon. It's from a very old book I have of the Pyrenees Mountains. And writing space. These are some crocuses and some flowers, mountain flowers. This is a really neat old bird book. I love the pictures in it. They are so beautifully brilliant, and these birds in particular with their bright colors. These are hummingbirds here, so they're very colorful also. Just a journaling card with some butterflies and mushrooms on the other side. And I'm checking my position again. And okay, another field guide with birds in it. Mushroom. These are actually pressed flowers that I glued down. These are from I think from an Audubon Society book. This is a page from the mushroom book. This is actually a little note card with a hummingbird, some hummingbird pictures on it. And I glued it down and made it into a pocket, but you can flip this up for extra writing. And a tag I made with, I used old book pages in my Big Kick and then put them on black paper with some lace. And I do like the way those came out. Just some writing space there. This was actually a heat embossed stamp, which I heat embossed it on really thin paper, like deli paper, very thin. And then just paste it on. It just kind of disappears. Looks like it was embossed right on there. And here's the center of the first signature. This is a picture from actually it was a picture from a card I had, which I turned it into a pocket, and inside it is a picture of, these are my parents on their honeymoon at Mount Hood, May 1949. Got stuck, so they got stuck in the snow. And it must have been very warm with the reflections from the snow. And this is just a page from a field guide I have. In this belly band, I have made a floating pocket, and I learned how to make this from Pam Barbie, and I will put a link to her page. She did a tutorial on how to make it. It's a two-sided floating pocket, so I made mine out of a book page, and it has a journaling card here, and also a card here. And then here in the middle, some botanical prints. And I just tucked it in here in this belly band, and it could be clipped down or just tucked in like this. I will put a link to her site. I believe it is Tattered Paper and Lace. I'll put that in my description. Thank you, Pam. Another field guide on some animals, rabbits and raccoons. Those beautiful birds. So writing space here. This was a picture of some rocks. And another different book I have, a nature book with some earthworms. This is an envelope which has kind of an old beat up, crumpled up card in it. I think came from a scrapbook. I love that beautiful vintage picture. So this is a cluster, but I turned it also into a tuck spot by just not gluing this side down, and tucked one of my little journaling cards in there. This is a page from a National Geographic book about fish. And I just kind of wanted to add a little something extra to this page, so this is just a flip out, and I just put some tape on there to hold it down because it has a beautiful picture on both sides. So here is a little pocket I made out of a part of a page from a book about a nature book, and this beautiful postcard. It is Monterey, the Monterey Peninsula in California. And then on this side, just for writing space, I put these different colors of receipts here. They could definitely be used for writing. Some more of that heat embossed deli paper. And a corner tuck that lifts up so you can write here. And then in here we have a vintage image from an old book, which I've turned into a journaling card. So I love these old images. Here's another one. I just think they're so pretty. So this opens up. It's kind of got some different trees on it. A quote from Henry David Thoreau. Some writing paper here. This folds out. This is also a pocket. I just glued it down partially and tucked in this beautiful mushroom page, and it has extra writing space on the back. So there's lots of writing space in here. It's just kind of, I got a little creative with it and tucked it in here and there. Piece of a really old linen doily. It's, I can tell, you know, just the feel of it. I love that feel of that linen. and the frayed edges on it. And then underneath is some tea-stained paper for writing. And the original page, which was some more beautiful botanicals that I hated to cover up, but I needed to add more writing space. So if you just grab it by this tab here, it's really easy to flip it right over. Here's another tuck spot made with pictures of birds from a nature book I have, and this cute little card, which actually opens up for lots of writing space. And on this side is also, I added some extra writing space there, and this tag of a man rowing a boat in a lake. This butterfly is not totally glued down, so it is also a tuck spot for this little ticket. And one of my little cards, I like to tuck in books. They're just kind of sweet little sentiments. Some beautiful rhododendrons. Another tuck with a picture of a rabbit, and on this side is a giraffe. Old music paper. He kissed me and I knew 'twas wrong. And here's the rest of the envelope, which has another one of those beautiful images from an old book. This one, it's just this little cabin tucked in between two trees. Really sweet. Okay, so this is going to be a long video, I'm sorry, but there's so much to show. So here's the end of the second signature, and on the third signature starts with some wrapping paper and a page from my Butterfly Garden book. It's a beautiful image here of Humboldt County, the giant redwood trees. And this is a river navigational guide of the Columbia River. And this Edith Holden page, which I just couldn't bear even to cut a little bit off, so I folded it in. Another corner tuck spot that opens up, and a beautiful vintage birthday card. I like the colors, all the purple. So another one of my tuck spots, and I've tucked in an altered Rolodex card there. It's from one of my fairy tale books. This is an illustration from a book of women artists. I like how these flowers, which this is the flower that was on the page, then I added this, and I added this, and I kind of like how they just kind of go across the page like that. And another cluster that is also a tuck spot with a little butterfly tucked in. Postcard. I like how these came out. I added this, and this I turned into a pocket, and then I added these cute little otters, which I think are one of my favorite animals. And here's some extra writing space. Aren't those gorgeous? They're woodpeckers. Writing space there. Some more fish. I cut that out and just added it. I liked how these colors look together. Some birds. This is my favorite bird, red-winged blackbird. Another postcard. And here we have an envelope with just a little collaging on the front, and on the flap there's a little bit of collage too. And And here also. And then on the inside is another little greeting card that I picked up somewhere. This one, oh, oops, uh-oh, I'll have to get my document mending tape out and fix that. No problem, I'll take care of it. Old paper. So another cluster that I used as a tuck spot for these two little flowers. This one says good health and cheerfulness. A painting from, or a picture from the Women's Artist book. It's from one of my fairy tale books about some fairies. And another cluster that I've tucked this little miniature Bend, Oregon postcard in. Edith Holden page. So this page was a short one, so I added this envelope, and it has this picture here. And then when you actually, there's a picture here also. It's an illustration from an old children's book. But I noticed when I push that in, I can actually pull it out right here. It's kind of like a magic trick. Anyway, I wanted to put it here so it would actually fit, because it stuck out a little bit too much to put it on this side. So anyway, I'm not quite sure how that works, but it does. Okay, third signature, or no, it's the fourth actually. I like how this looks with the Edith Holden books. It sort of looks almost like the same scene. Stitched down a turkey feather there. This is from a book about outdoor survival and making a tent and setting up a tent in the outdoors. I like this from my fern book, and then so I kind of made a little fern design there in that paper when I was stitching it. Pocket with a little Hallmark note card. It does open up, and I've included the envelope so you could actually mail it. And then another old photo of this little baby enjoying some time out in the sunshine under a tree. A little bit of a old tablecloth here stitched on for decoration. Turn this into a pocket for another one of those images. I love this couple sitting out here underneath the trees. A little romantic meeting. Those gorgeous. That's from Garden Flowers in Color. It's just such a beautiful book. I heard about this book from Jessica Rapp, and I actually ended up buying 2 copies of it. Another corner tuck that opens up for writing space, and then has this little kind of like a little matchbook style extra writing paper. Just folds right up and tucks right under there. Leaving this with a 2-inch spine certainly left a lot of pages, a lot of space to fill, which was nice. I didn't really have to take any pages out. I got to put in as much as I wanted. I just kind of stitched that on there. See, there's actually person could write there. Some of these outdoor pictures I've been showing you are from this Scandinavian photo book, because all the writing that's not in English. So, but I like this book because the pages are matte. It's really nice and old and aged, and lots of white space left for writing. Okay, last signature. So tucked in here we have pressed flowers that I ran through the laminator. I just put a little handle here so you can pull it out. And beautiful starfish and sea creatures, and this is from a book about trees. This is from that Scandinavian book too. Just a neat book. And my jelly prints. It's about a frog. Isn't that beautiful? That's from our garden flowers in color. It just doesn't look real. I'm playing with some inks here. And this is actually some extra writing space, so it just folds out and you can actually write on both sides. But I wanted to put a clip. It's actually glued down, but I put the clip on so that it stays shut. 2 little books about ferns. They're different books. I love both of them. Writing space. Corner tuck with I'm not sure what this is. But anyway, it's from 1963. It's kind of just a neat picture of some fish. And since I had some other fish or frogs, I thought it went well there. Another page from the Butterfly Garden book. Here's the rest of the ferns. Some stitched paper. A tag tucked in here. Just lots and lots of pretty, pretty images. All right. I am offering this one for sale. I believe it's going to be $200, but I'm not positive, 100% positive. And there it is with the charm, and thank you for watching, and sorry it was so long.